big games.
Yeah, so these are facts on the table, but we should not involve the Wolves game already, and we should not consider the 3 points already in our pocket or whatever. It's not like this. It's a really tough game. So Crystal Palace has, result-wise, not a perfect spell as well. So since the World Cup, but performance-wise, it looks much better. So we had a really deep look into what they did, and it's a really talented team, a really well set-up team. Probably in a 4-2-3-1, a lot of technique on the pitch, speed on the pitch, mixed with experience, but change. So I really respect a lot what Palace is doing for years, and how they bring all these offensive players, especially, together and keep them in the club for that long and stuff like this. It's really good. So yes, will be a tough one, but yes, of course, for us, all the games from now on are Champions League qualifiers. That's how it is, and nobody knows if we can do it, because not only in our hands, but getting 3 points would bring us in the right direction, and that's obviously something we want to do, but we know it's difficult.
I know you just said earlier there that you don't listen to all the noise that's made after these sort of defeats from the likes of us in the media. I know it's difficult to shut that out as well.
It's not.
A lot of people calling for, change on the back of a defeat in terms of the team lineup, etc. Are you tempted to shake things up after a defeat and bring the likes of Jota, Firmino, who are probably ready to start again now? What about Ibrahima Konate? Is he anywhere near playing?
He was near, but had 2 sessions with us after a long injury, so that makes sense. We can see when the boys come on now that they are not at their best anymore. They need the minutes, and everything will get better. But that's exactly the situation we have. So it's we are not sure if all the boys could even play again after Madrid because of some knocks here and there. So we're really not 100% clear. So then we have to make changes, and we want to make, and we will make changes anyway. But it's not that you come back after a long injury and just it's clicking again. So we have the situation now with Bobby and Diogo. We can see it with Virgil as well. Everybody expects Virgil always like a robot pretty much. Now he's he played the most games last year, played the World Cup every game pretty much, at least for his country. Came back from first, second, played for us, got injured, comes back, plays. So that's the situation. That's not perfect, but it's what we have to go through. So that's why I don't say everything what people say around us is wrong, not at all, but most of the things are not right as well. So that's how it is. But we know that we have to improve. We know that we have to change things, and we will. We cannot do that now, but it's already clear that we have to do something in the summer. That's clear. But for now, we just have to go through this and fight back. And I saw again you can lose against Real Madrid, but I don't think a lot of teams can cause them the problems we caused them in the first 20-25 minutes. So that's a sign of quality as well. So I don't know what's interested in it because it was only 20 minutes and then you lose a game. But it's still very important for us that I could see that. That's why I was not in a overly bad mood afterwards, because yes, if you make the mistakes we made, then it's really difficult or impossible to get anything about it. But there was some good stuff which I didn't see for a long time, and I was really happy about that. And so now let's try to keep that in our patterns and in our game, and then we will see.
Virgil did say he's not a robot, by the way.
No, he is not.
He did after the game, yeah.
Ah, okay, yeah, because that's. I didn't read that or listen to him, but it's true. He is not. I knew that before, by the way.
I think it's 7 points off the top 4, but with games in hand. Is that now the absolute main target and main focus for the rest of this campaign?
Would you have any other for us available? Yes. European football. So, okay, when it's Liverpool and we play now all the time Champions League, nobody will ask me, well, you can make the Conference League or the European League, stuff like this. European football, yes, and Champions League. We said it 500 million times, and rightly so for the club. It's incredibly important that we qualify for it. We are all, I'm not sure, but some people are for sure a bit spoiled because that was in a very difficult league. We did it quite early in the last few years, but we were always qualified for the Champions League, apart from 2 years ago, I think. And so this year it will be a later decision, definitely, if we can do it. But we need points for that. We don't have to talk about it. The only way to get there is to gain more, to win more points than our opponents, because at the moment they all have more points than us, most of them. And so we have to make sure that we really keep going. Yes, and that's why we all have to make sure that this highlight game against Real Madrid, everybody was positive, winning 2 games before, and now maybe in the right moment. Then 20 minutes, everybody thought, okay, yeah, it was the right moment, and it was the wrong moment after that. So we cannot always go like this through a season. We need to find some consistency in the way we play. It's not all, emotions are very important, but it cannot be all about emotions. It's all about, today I feel great, tomorrow I don't feel that well, and stuff like this. We have just to start believing 100% in ourselves again, and really bring our quality on the pitch. And that's now the thing for tomorrow. We have to be tomorrow an incredible, uncomfortable opponent to play for Crystal Palace. That's all. And we don't have to think too much about, if at all, about Champions League or whatever. It's about 3 points. That's our Champions League tomorrow and nothing else.
Selhurst Park on a Saturday night will be a raucous place to go. You've got a very good record there. Do you enjoy going there?
I can't say enjoy it. I like the... I heard now that we have a good record there, but if you would have asked me, I would have said, wow, incredible, difficult games, always really tough. Yes, great atmosphere. I actually hope it's on Saturday night in London people go out and don't go in the stadium, to be honest, but maybe they will first go in the stadium. No, yeah, it's a great place to play football. I really respect a lot what they are doing, because it's, I think it's really tough in London between all these massive clubs, and then finding a way. Over the years I learned that their youth department, at least 100%, used to be outstanding. I don't know exactly how it is now, but there's some really interesting young players. We had some here who came through the academy. So yes, really cool club in a really cool stadium. Yeah, I only remember super difficult games.
Carlos.
Hi, Jurgen. Your last 6 goals have come for you from 2 each. How excited are you to see them developing their partnership together? It must be hard for Jota and Firmino to get into the side when they're playing so well.
It's not hard. We have too many games to make it hard to come into games that we have play now. We cannot play all the time with exactly the same. There were times, obviously, when Sadio and Mo were very young, and Bobby, whatever they did, maybe they played a lot of games, but even then we needed guys. So yes, it's good. I said it. The goals against Newcastle, especially, were real team goals. Were real playing together. That was helpful, but we have to make changes. We cannot change. We cannot change that, and but. Each minute they can play together, all the boys, is obviously very helpful, because that improves the understanding, and you could see that with the goals.